Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to what should, if everything's working, be a live stream for hopefully turning this wreck into something we can use as a flyable ship. But I do have a few problems. I mean, ultimately this wreck is going to look nothing like this wreck by the end of it. As you'll see from when you saw it in the last episode, I have added a few cargo container boxes. This is mainly because, well, I didn't have enough space to store all the goods I've been out and grabbed in the hope of building this thing. But yes, there is one thing I am missing, which many of you may have mentioned in the comments, that I had the opportunity to take and ultimately destroyed, was a cockpit. I don't have a cockpit, so I may have to run off somewhere and get one, or try to. For the minute, I'm just going to turn the thrusters off on here, and we'll get started on just some light renovations and see how far we can get. What I'm worried about are these blocks along the bottom. Now, I'm trying to work out quite how I'm going to make this work as a whole. I know this needs to be ultimately one block wider. The other thing that's going to be very annoying is the heat is going to be getting on my nerves all the time. So with that in mind, let's start off just let's get this down. And let's start off with the drone. Ah, yes, better. So, the first thing I need to do is get rid of basically all these damaged blocks. Because none of these are going to be airtight. None of them are going to be useful. So, we might as well get rid of them. And I don't want these frames either. So let's get rid of all the broken, damaged blocks. And then we can start picking things apart further from there. There we go. Steel plate. That one's damaged, that one's damaged. Any others? Says that one. I think the rest are okay. Nope, missed one there. Frame, missed one there. And frame. And that should be good. I am still hot. Really? Really? I mean, you know, the temptation is to stand in here. I haven't. Yeah, I have air control in here. Can I stand? Hang on. Let's get in here and just come on. Yeah. Come on, what's the temperature in there? Oxygen's on, right? I mean, I don't have to close the door, do I? The oxygen is on. This room is airtight, I think. Maybe, possibly. Oh, it was there for a second. Okay, it's airtight right there. Can I get the drone to spawn? There we go. Haha! Sorted. Fixed. Gonna make it. Now, I hope everything is working on stream, as I have been having to do quite a bit of work on my computer recently, so I should have imported all the settings okay, but no promises. So which side am I going to keep? I think this side is going to be the outside, and at the moment I need to, let's connect to the CV Wow, that repository is completely full. And that cargo box is basically also completely full. Okay. I'm gonna have to use the SV. Seriously, I am still hot. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to try and deal with being hot. Let's just take the fridge. That won't help me being hot. That will help me being hot. And I'm gonna need to, let's just eat one of those as well. Because ultimately I am still playing on survival. So I need to make sure I do not, well, die. Alright, let's take that. Let's take the sensor. I'm gonna strip all these bits out. This may end up having to change shape internally. And this side, I think we're going to have to strip down in its entirety. And annoyingly, though I've placed this ammo container here, it probably needs to be one block out, because I want this, which will essentially be the living compartment, to be at least 4 blocks wide, if not 5. So the moment it is, what, 3 blocks wide? So I want at least 4 before the wall starts. Would almost be tempted to go 5, depending on my brain thinking about how large the warp drive is. Hello, Creeper. How are you, sir? I hope you're having a good weekend. Let's just strip those out as well. And let's strip this down. And at least that for now. Probably that too. There we go. So, that in mind, let's now, at least we've got some blocks. Let's take some of those blocks. And at the moment, I'm not going to go super exciting in terms of actual look. I just need to, actually, there's in one end of going a bit more exciting in terms of look. Let's just actually copy that block. There we go. So 4 wide, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if it's going to have a cockpit in there, I want it to be an odd number. So let's make it 5. 5 for the crack of it being 5. And then that's going to be the wall. That's going to be 5 wide, at least. And then what I want to do is ultimately have a bay here that's going to be where the SV hover vessel go, and then possibly a chunk of ship the other side. Good so far? Good to hear? Good to hear? The other issue is I don't believe I've got... How can I make the cargo door? Not in this constructor, but maybe in this constructor I can make a cargo bay door. Because the other thing that's going to define how wide this is going to be eventually is I want to enclose it all in the end. So at least for now, it's going to be there, and it needs to be 3 blocks high. So all of this needs to come up. And my temptation is also to bring this wall, ultimately, let's go down here a bit with the blocks and wink that down, and that one too. Oop, there goes all my blocks. So now I'll start nabbing blocks from the CV, then I might actually be able to move things around a bit more. Okay, we go. Right. Yoink. Oh. That's annoying. It's lost the copy block. I wish that would persist, actually. That would be nice if it persisted. There we go. So, where are we going to bring this up? Probably here, not there. I think. And then, I mean, my ultimate temptation may be to make a double layer. How do I copy again? That is control and right click to copy a block. And I should replace the blocks first. Well, what, the missing ones? I don't want to replace the missing ones just yet, because this roof has to go up at least one level. And my temptation is actually to bring it up 2 levels. So I end up having like a double level CV here. Because the other thing that's ultimately gonna come to pass relatively soon is if I grab, for example, from this ammo repository, yeah, let's go here, try click and click. I need to put engines on here. Yeah, can't do it with that. Need to switch over it. Hang on. And again. So I need to put that somewhere. Yeah, I've stripped all the broken blocks back. You see, and for example, this engine will have to go somewhere. Probably round about here. Like that-ish. Yeah? So, the moment that's going to have to go there, I'm even tempted to stretch this sort of nacelle section back a bit. At the moment, yeah, it's going to be fairly blocky and chunky as I do it. So it's, yeah, like I say, I need to stretch this back a bit and get it to a situation where it sort of houses that thruster. Because then I'm going to need to put another one. Ultimately, hang on. Can I get it to do it? That way. And that one will need to go in here somewhere. Probably mid-board, round about there. So, I mean, this is where if I had creative tools, I would just chop this off and move it up a couple. At the moment, I can't actually do that. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, now I've stuck that on, I actually need to take it off again. So my thought is to actually strip that back. See, I'm not sure how much of this Hulk is even going to be left by the time I've actually finished messing around with all this. Ugh, they scared me. Let's take a few more blocks here. Where's the blocks? Where's the blocks? There. So I'm thinking this needs to come back a bit. If this is the middle here, I want to, he says, bring it back like that. Let's grab that again. Yeah, I want to sort of bring it back maybe like that and like that. And then maybe like this. I don't know. I'm not quite sure yet. This making this one is very on the fly. At least the other one I had a base to work from. So this is actually 2 by 2. So it's not going to fit very tidy no matter which way I go. And there my temptation is to move it over this way. And have it maybe slot back there. Nope, nope, I wanted it one block forward. Damn it! This is how your tools end up worn out in no time. I have discovered I can make one of those tools now, which is definitely good news. Well, that's the problem, Creeper. I don't actually know. It's probably the most honest answer that I can give you there. I mean, I have one, like, gigantic XL thruster, but that thing is massive. And I do know where to get another one. It was just a pain in the ass to get it. I mean, this is 3 by 3. Now, ideally, I'd love to go 3 by 3. It would be great. In fact, screw it. I'm gonna go 3 by 3. You've convinced me. In a roundabout way, you've just convinced me to do something I wasn't gonna do. Because now I'm gonna go 3 by 3. And that honking great thruster is going to be the rear thruster. Sure, it'll be fine. The only other thing I've got to worry about, of course, is how much CPU does that thing use? Holy crap. Okay, it may be off the menu for now. Okay. 500,000 CPU is not a viable CPU situation. So, like, if I go T2, I've got 500,000 CPU. So I can't... There's no way I can put that thruster on there. Oh, gutted. It is huge, and I want it. But, I mean, as is, I'm going to be lucky to put more than, like, a few of these on. So my thought is, yes, I would like to go with the massive one. And let's step this back in a way that the massive one would fit. So we'll put it like that. Sure. And what I'll do is temporarily I will fill this in with additional blocks. There, there, there. There, there, and there. Because that's the thruster that's going there. That's what I'm really building around. Well, I can upgrade this to T2. I've got a T2 core available to me. I haven't decided where it's going to go yet. But I do have a T2 core. So T2 is no problem. Going beyond T2, I don't know yet. This is the fun of Star Salvage. You know, I genuinely have no idea. And ultimately, we're looking at patching that, and then, I mean, this thing really is going to be a complete patchwork quilt here. The other thing I've got is some thrusters here. So, at least for now, I would like to stick, say, a couple in here, there and there. And I will need some thrusters going the other way, which at the moment might have to just live there, like that. That's literally how this is going to be. This thing is going to be a flying work in progress. Now, I need some up thrust, which would be one of the other big thrusters, because I think I'm going to need a big thruster for that. I need to squeeze in a warp core and a pentaxid tank. So let's just start by squeezing some of those blocks in, just for an example here. So, for example, because I think this is going to have to come back one more block this way. So at the moment, I'm going to put a wall in here, he says. And I might have to move this core, which is going to involve me getting out of the drone and getting out, because I can't pick it up that way any other way. Ooh, there was something I was going to do. DM, because I don't want us to have to deal with the night here. So I generally do this for the streams. I know it's not strictly kosher, but there we go. Ta-da! Daylight. So now I'm going to move this core and put this core there, because that gives me the space. I do already have warp, and that's what I was getting to. We have here. Where are you? We have a warp drive somewhere here. Somewhere is a warp drive. Come on, where are you? Where is my warp drive? There. So there, we have a warp drive. You see, the problem is the warp drive is also not small. The warp drive is, was it 5 by 3 by 2? So I mean, with it being 5 wide, it can fit in this way, like so. One warp drive. Beautiful. And I'm irradiating myself. So you have a warp drive. Then somewhere here you would need to tuck in some fuel tanks, a pentaxid tank, a generator, and the all-important and missing cockpit. Let's stand here a second. And let's walk the drone out again. Did I not stop time? Hang on. Why did... Oh, the drone didn't come out because I was stood in a silly place. Let's just check. I thought I just stopped time. Feels like it's still slightly dark. So yeah, I mean, at the moment, I'm very much just like laying blocks down to work out what I'm doing. Did I just get XP from laying blocks? I get XP from laying blocks? How does that work? Okay, so this is going to be a pad. Yeah, I need a pentaxid tank. I thought I had one, but I don't think I do. Yeah, you're not wrong. I need a pentaxid tank. I need a pentaxid tank and I need a cockpit. These are two vital things which are missing. And yes, I don't have them. And part of the stream may be going on a hunt for it, because very shortly I'm going to reach a point where even if I am sketching this thing up like this, I'm going to hit a hard limit of I can't actually do any more until I can actually fly this thing. So the thought is that if this was on one side, on the other side would go things like fuel tanks. Hi, Divine Shadow. Do I have a design in mind? Sort of, if I'm honest. The answer to that is, if you can imagine this, I want two areas on either side here, which house thrusters, living area, all that kind of stuff down this side and down this side, and a big bay in the middle for HV, SV, to eventually then build a landing pad on top of this area, and then like a bit standing up beyond where eventually the main sort of helm will be, a bit like an aircraft carrier, if that makes any sense at all. Is sort of my thought. At the moment, I almost think, and this is my problem, I've not built very many CVs, and the reason I've not built very many CVs is because, honestly, I'm not that good at it. Yeah, it's one of those things at the moment. I am very much sort of not sure of quite how I'm going to do it. So I know that all this needs to come up to at least this level. So what I would look to do is say put a block there, and then there. But as I say, I think ultimately this is going to have to come up to have a second level above it, and this whole thing is going to get much bigger. But I don't know at the moment. I'm almost gonna see what happens in terms of this evolving as a bit of a beast and see what happens. Oh yeah, I mean, building a CV is definitely a big project and will essentially be one of my biggest projects. I mean, so what I'm thinking there is to try and like replicate a bit of this middle line down here, and then drop this down, maybe a block like that, and then put this across. And the best I've done is build very small, like I've built a mining CV and a couple of things like that. I haven't built any sort of big, this is going to be my shit CV. So then I guess we come out one, bring this down a bit earlier, and something like that. Maybe. And then something like that. But yes, this is pushing the limits of what I normally am sort of comfortable doing in terms of my building skill set. So has anyone found a cockpit? No. Is the answer to that. Have I seen one? Yes. Did I stupidly pick it up as just salvaging the parts? Hell yes. And do I regret that? Definitely. Many of you pointed out that may not have been wise in the comments. And I'll acknowledge you were right. You were right. At the moment, I don't quite know what I'm gonna do about that situation. I have a thought which I was almost gonna investigate in this stream as part of it. Yeah, well, that was some of my plan. Mine was, I get out the way. As I've never really built one, and yes, I've repaired them, so I've kind of taken other people's lead with it. Yeah, it was to try something a bit different and try and actually build one, as terribly as this may go. Ooh, sorry, mouse handling issues. And there. So that for now is the ceiling. Yeah. Kind of wish you could, actually. I mean, look. I can, of course, magically give myself a cockpit. But that feels awfully like cheating. I did, as I was going around, find on the map there is a crashed CV down here. I marked somewhere. Where is it? Here. This doesn't have a cockpit. There's a couple I found as I was going around, and I've marked. Here, this one's got a load of medium thrusters, but no cockpit. But yeah, I have not found a cockpit. So in this gap above the warp drive, because it won't be at all risky or explosive, a good plan, I think, is to put fuel tanks. Because, I mean, what could possibly go wrong? If you put a fuel tank here, a fuel tank here, and an O2 tank in the middle, that should be more than enough fuel for my needs temporarily. Voila. Am I doing that the whole way? Sorry, I don't understand what you mean, Creeper. I mean, at the moment, as I say, I'm sort of going to build this as I go. I mean, this is literally just going to be the piece of crap Hulk I live in. And then it's going to expand. is the plan, at least for now. So here, I guess I would do something maybe similar to what I did on that side and try and give it some texture. It says how many blocks do I need to come out? So I need to come out. So if I bring that back one, More block? No, 2 more blocks. Or 1 more block. You know what? I'm gonna take that back. And then I'm gonna step it down. Step it down. Step it down like that. Then this one I will do the same with, but 1 step earlier. Yeah, sort of. I mean, the ceiling, as you can see, is going to be kind of like that. At the moment, at least. This may end up getting extended out by 1. But essentially, there we go. We'll be putting a huge thruster in the back. And like I say, I think eventually this whole section is going to raise up. And this whole thing is going to get much longer and much bigger. But I mean, unfortunately, due to the constraints of CPU, we are going to have to go humble beginnings. And turn it into a monster later. See, and this would go like that. Yeah. And then if I want to, I can do something else with this later. Maybe, for example, if I wanted to, I could do something like, he says, like either just like put something like, not that, that on there, and adjust this one and make it into something like that. But this now tells me that this set of blocks I want to step down, because the door is eventually going to go somewhere around here. So what I probably want to do is, as much as this uses up charges on my multi-tool, what I want to do is do something along the lines of, he says, where is it? This one, I think. I'd either put it there or there. I think it's going to go there, actually. Get out of it, you stupid thing. And this bit, I'll have to deal with later, quite how I deal with that. And then that comes along like so. And then we put maybe, depending on what I can get in terms of a ramp, if I need a ramp, or if I just go sharp edge, which will go sharp edge for now. We'll be going like that. Rotate the block the correct way, please. Thank you. There we go. And this will be a ramp, and I'll drive the hover vessel up on here and park it. This is going to let me bring basically everything I have at the moment with me. I'm going to die. I've just realized I'm about to die. Help! Hang on. Air, 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 air. Where is my air? Okay. Come on. No. Yes, I'm not wearing oxygen. Faster, faster, ramp. Ah. Phew. No worries, fine. Not your fault. I just suddenly looked down and was like, I'm about to die. There you go, let's chuck a bit more. Oh, that is not enough. I did see some right here. Let's chuck a bunch of that in. And I'll keep some emergency in my backpack as well. I'm not using symmetry down here yet. Mainly because I don't know where the middle is. I haven't decided how wide this is going to be. So, at the moment, I just don't know where the middle is. So, I can't use symmetry as such. I could have used symmetry down here. But at the moment, I was just kind of working it out. And the problem with using symmetry when you're working it out in survival is that if you get it wrong, you've got twice as many blocks to remove. So that would be like that, essentially. And this one we would do something similar with right here. But yeah, if, I haven't got a door. You can make a door, and I believe I've unlocked it. Have I? No, I've not unlocked it. I can only make it in a large constructor. I have a large constructor, but I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet. And other issues are things like this space here is all going to be taken up with thruster right here. And this, I think, is probably may or may not be a shaped block. It will not be here. However, what I can do, of course, is I could put the generator. It's not a bad point. I could actually make a door. Hopefully in a minute. Because I've got the large constructor, I've got a T2 CPU, and what I need is the generator. And I know I have generators. I have multiple. I have multiple generators available to me. Where are you? Where are they? I do. I swear. I swear I had several. There they are. So, and I have an asshole robot in the way. I don't want to shoot it, because if I shoot it, I have to wait for it to despawn. Come on, get out, man. Move. Fine. Do I have to shoot you? Okay, quick, before he gets back in there. There you go. So, generator. Ideally, I wouldn't put it directly behind the thruster. I might, well, end up moving it later. But for now, that will work. And for now, that means I have power, but I'm already massively over CPU. Which means I need to plonk that T2 CPU down somewhere. And this is going to have to be somewhere temporary. Okay, why can I not put it in that hole? Why can't I put it in that gap? Is there a block there, or is there something there? Why can't I put my T2 CPU in? I can put it there. Why can't I put it in that hole? It doesn't look like there's anything in there. Am I missing something? Am I going blind? Oh, I see. This block is inhabiting the space. There. T2 CPU. So we're under CPU again. We are now... We could, theoretically, temporarily put down the constructor, which we will slap here, because I don't want it anywhere else for the minute. And maybe then I can actually make a door. Can I make a door? I have all the parts, so have I not unlocked it? I thought I'd unlocked it. I keep thinking I've unlocked it, and I have not. Yeah, taking names for it as well. If anyone has a good suggestion of name, that would be worth considering. Okay, hang a door. Let's make one. We're not turned on, are we? We can turn it on, and I need to manage fuel. Let's joink. We have 2% fuel. Let's ooh, it is warm. Let's turn the thrusters off before they burn through all my fuel as well. Heat stroke. I would like to go somewhere cooler to build this. Okay. Let's have a look here. We should now have a door. Okay. So come on. Drone, please. Thank you. Alright, so that's gonna go here somewhere. So what size door do we choose? It's gonna be a big door. Let's be honest. This is not gonna be a small door. And this is gonna sort of define how big I want this thing to be. That is a... What was that? That was 10 by 7? Hmm. 10 by 7, maybe. 10 by 7, then there's 10 by 9, 13 by 7, or 14 by 7. I mean, 13 by 7 seems to make the most sense, because for me that makes the most sense in terms of width, just because it's odd, and odd is easier to build around. I mean, it doesn't really matter here. I mean, we could just go as big and wide as humanly possible, you know, and just slap it down. But I mean, ultimately, this is what we're talking about. And building like 2 massive nacelles off here and having, yeah, a big long sort of carrier thing going on. I feel like 14 by 7 is overkill. It feels really big. And the thing you've got to remember is that in reality, in terms of what you can get in there, you only get something about the equivalent of 6 high in there anyway. It doesn't quite fit 100%. Let's put that back away again a second. Oh my god. So many hit points. I am taking it the right way, yeah. Oh, SV or CV? Definitely CV. This is large blocks, so definitely CV. Where did it go? There. So, I mean, going back to the drawing board, you could go just 10 by 5. Hmm. 10 by 5 doesn't also feel terrible. Got to be honest, 10 by 5 does not feel awful. What I would actually probably do is step this where is this lining up with? So this lines up with there. So what I'm almost certainly going to do is, apparently shoot my ship, is take that out and then slot it in that gap. So that's 10 by 5. So I'm still feeling 13 by 7. I would go 10 by 5. But I don't know. I feel that's almost too small. If the robot would get out the goddamn way. Can't shoot it with this one. Thoughts? Anything? Anyone? Do you think that's too small? And you got to remember, later on, we're going to have probably a much bigger HV to deal with. I mean, I can move this entry ramp bit over one. I've not got an issue with that. And that gives me the clear number of blocks to get 3. So you're looking at 3, 4, 5, 8 blocks wide in. So you reckon it's small? If we put this one in, back in there, because that would go in like that. It's going to have a big honking great thruster here. I mean, I'd love to make 2, but we'll never have the CPU for that. I mean, this you can basically just then go copy block here, block there, and then we can just swap those over. Like that. And bring those in. Well, yeah, I mean, eventually this is, like I say, it's my goal is to make this almost a carrier sort of CV. And if this is building out, this is going to come down this side, have the cells, and I mean, we might actually eventually end up having like a full floor on top of here before the landing pad. And both these sort of nacelles are just engineering, for want of a better sort of phrase. No, I'm going with that. That's fine. We'll have a floating door in space for now. So that would make my symmetry plane around here somewhere, around this block. Again, part of me for symmetry at the moment is not going to go too hard on symmetry, because in all honesty, what I'm probably going to be doing is building myself some sort of cabin here at the front and just flying this as the wreck it almost is, as long as I can get my ships on there, until I can build it up some more. I mean, at the moment, this stream is really all about just me trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing with it as much as anything. I mean, I can, if I did put symmetry plane on, my only concern is the weight. You see the other thing that's got to go in this gap in a minute, which is going to start eating into here, so I can't take it out yet. If I'm going to do it, I need to put more container storage in. Let's just do yoink, 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 yoink. I mean, that means my container storage should have a bunch of spare space, which it does, because the next thing that's going in here somewhere is going to be the up thrust. So that's going to be middle block. No, ooh. See, this is the problem. This is the problem when I've gone odd. And this is not going to be odd. So I think it's going to go this side. I'm going to leave a gap. But then I'm going to say here, here, and here. And that would be where this one goes. And if I've got it right on the roof height, which I have, it goes there. Like that. And we need to turn our thrusters off again. They don't burn through all our power. We will also turn off that constructor. We don't need it now. There you go. Because ultimately, as this builds down, and I think this obviously will get longer and bigger, I'll be looking to put a second one further up here. And as you say, the same on both sides. The moment, it's going to be like that. Another thing I guess I could put down, which I don't think these take a massive amount of CPU, do they? Does? No, 50. The other thing I can put down is the grav gen. So that's all going to be sort of engineering. The moment we're going to have a very makeshift cockpit up here. So I have forward thrust, up thrust, left and soon to be right thrust, sort of, ish. Which will end up having to be on this bit here. So yeah, we'll put down, as we're just going to be really making it very haphazard to start off with. So we've got left and right thrust. We need reverse thrust and down thrust. Down thrust is going God knows at the moment. We're only going to have very basic down thrust. Don't particularly love it. Gotta be honest. The only thing is that's very vulnerable if you put it there for getting shot. But having said that, it won't be there forever. Because that's almost certainly coming out eventually. So you could put 2 there like that. I can get it to tie up. So that is down thrust. How are we doing on CPU? Whew. At least the constructor's coming out just for that CPU problem. And then we're going to need some reverse thrust. Which, at the moment, will probably end up going up here somewhere. I've still got a couple of thrusters, I think. I've got a couple of gigantic thrusters. And I can go pick up some more mediums if I need to. But yeah, this is essentially where it's going to go. Doesn't it look beautiful? My best work yet. The biggest thing I find with these, doing these sorts of builds, is just I end up with these huge flat spaces which I struggle to texture or get sort of some texture in. So let's chuck some blocks in there just to seal that up. Let's try and I mean, do I want to put some blocks on that side yet? I don't think so. I think it's just too heavy. I don't want to be too heavy just yet. It can be too heavy later. So I need to come, I think, out and out. So come out and then come out again like that. Then this will have to move over there. So what we do is take that one, put it there, put it there. Put it there and there. I mean, again, I would probably say overall I'd ought to move this up a block. And I think I will, actually. So that's going to come out. Those are going to come out. And we'll go back for that one. But we want this one. I'm going to go there. I know, that's not where I actually want the block. I want it there. Is what I'm thinking. Let's get rid of that light. And if this has worked out how I'm hoping it has, then you get a stupid drone in the way. Block and a block, and put the thrusters in there. Hopefully, that should, I'm thinking, look somewhat reasonable. For now. Put those there. And this is going to come out. Let's turn the thrusters off again. Let's get rid of that one. Because that one's going to replicate that. And then we're going to have, I think that and that. And then that and that. And something similar on this side. With this one going down here. And then we somehow blend that into that. somehow. We bring this out. In kind of a lovely higgledy-piggledy sharp bend to there. Problem I don't like about those is I think they're quite difficult to finish. Because you can do it like this. But there isn't... I don't think there's a good triangular version of that. I wish there was. You can only have this sort of more blocky version. Which is not my favourite. Because that kind of leaves you going blocky all the way. You're kind of stuck then. You can't go from one to the other. The only other way to do it is to take that out and then go... You can go with... Nope, not that one. This one. And just let that have its own sort of texture. Like that. Which I tend to prefer more, personally. In terms of a look. And then the other issue you get is making that work. So take that off, we'll do the same there. This one is not going to be like this. You have to have something else here. So I think it's like this. That one? There's no. It's not that one. I don't think it's that one. I'm sure it's not that one. Trying to remember which block I want. I need to put this one in first. And I can figure it out. Because you need the little small triangular area. Like I say, you can do it with that, and it sort of does work, especially if you do it with like this one, if you've got the blocky version. You can do that transition. Which also works, but it doesn't work in this case. So what you need is, say that one. I thought there was a version of that that had similar. Oh, gonna die again. Oh, spotted divine. I didn't even notice your message, but until I realized, but yes, gonna die. Let's eat that. This does emergency munchies. What else do I have? We're starting to run low on food, people. I'm eating my ration packs, which I really shouldn't be doing. Yeah, I haven't quite decided how I want that to look there. Other than this god-awful texture has to go. But, thing is, I could definitely bring that down. I'm bloody hot again now. What's that all about? None of those are going to work. You know, sometimes there's just not the block you want. Or at least I just can't find the block I want. I don't see one that's suitable. I'm looking, I'm trying, I'm tweaking, but I can't see it. None of these are gonna cut it either, I don't think. Oh, I don't know, actually. I take that back. If I do that... I mean, it looks kind of weird. I'll be honest. But it's the best other option I get. Oh, cooking. I'm cooking. Let's run through my extremely important hangar door to get inside. Can I... Is that a Ripper dog? Am I about to get ganked? Oh, there's got a Ripper dog trying to gank me. Well, meat's back on the menus. I guess we can have ourselves a burger. I just heard the sort of pacing around there as I was looking, and I decided I'm about to get ganked by a bloody Ripper dog. Does that mean there's a Zoraxian scumbag around here somewhere? They're interrupting the creative flow. They know how rude that is. How dare they? So next up would be maybe that block, but I don't like that. I really don't like that. Yeah, that's okay. What if... That's okay, but it's not going to fit with the other block. So it has to be that block, and it has to be actually like that. Is how it would have to be to make that work and look like it looks, to make it look like it belongs. I still got the wrong one, haven't I? I have. There we go. And because what I really want to do is flatten that out before it reaches that point. Not happy. I also... I'm not a great fan of the rounded blocks, I'll be honest, but part of that is for the very reason you say. There's almost nothing you can do to interface between like rounded blocks. I mean, they have made it better and tried to give you some more options to go from rounded blocks. And I mean, you know, wouldn't mind using some. But yeah, it's so hard to get them to work. Well, I've only really sort of tried pushing them as like, again, like a sort of actual physical block texturing option. I'm having a thought. having a thought here. Okay. So I'm going to go like that. This is going to come off all the way back. I think this is coming back in one block. It's not my ideal as I would kind of like protection there. But you know, this thing is not supposed to be a combat ship. It's supposed to be a carrier ship. So again, I'd like to creative mode just move all that back one. And then deal with it from there. Because I feel if I pull it out here, it's going to look too big and chunky. But if I... Because what I'm thinking to do is put that block directly there. And then bring this out like that. And down through. And then this one would drop away more. With this one being that block. And then we would... Oh no, that's the wrong block. And then it would come to here. And go down that way. Like that. But I almost feel that's too steep. If you know what I mean. Because by the time you put that there. And that there. I know it almost feels to me that those should be the other way around. And that the sharp transition should be more on this side and the thruster should move over one. If you're with me. Which would mean moving the top over one. Because that would give you more opening to bring like your CV or SV or whatever around the back. But the only other thing I was looking at is whether you then just take that away altogether and say, actually, no, we're going to go straight flat block here, here, all the way through to here. And then you transition this down. Says. How would I transition this down? You bring this down with a view that you make. You take this out there, that out there. Go back to putting your flat blocks in here, 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 and here, with this being a place to mount a turret. So eventually, somewhere here I actually have just one kicking around. There you go. So you would mount... Get out of it! I swear those things hate me. Tired of you? I'm tired of you. Go. Where are you? And now you've left. What a bastard. So why do you not fit? Cannon turret. You cannot place this block on a cap. What? It's a base one. It said base CV on it when I picked it up. Ah, gutted. I thought it was a CV one. But yeah, you can make this a turret mounting spot. Now, granted, that turret cannot fire forwards, but it can protect the rear of your ship. I kind of like that in its own way. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's a very valid point. And my only argument for not doing it here is it protects my engines. Though given how paper thin even steel seems to be these days, you're not entirely wrong either. That it's not a terrible idea. But yeah, then I would probably end up taking this away. I'm still tempted to bring this back in one block. I'm just not happy with it. But at the moment, I don't really have a better idea. I like the idea of doing that, though. And then I would change this up. So just so as it has, like, some physical sort of texture. Yes, we're going to be getting hot. That's going to start tanking my food because I end up stood up here because I was chasing around a stupid thing. Yeah, you're not entirely wrong there with the carbon substrate. I mean, ultimately, like, again, I like to do it because if I get my thruster blown up and it gets the warp core, but if it gets that far, I'm in big trouble anyway, so you're not wrong. There is one other slight minor issue with that. Can I actually make carbon substrate blocks? Let's eat me burger a second. Can I make carbon substrate blocks for CVs? I can. Okay. So that is doable. Probably can't make very many. Yes, I know, it's hot. Hot game, it's hot game, I know. Get me back on top. I want to stand on top. There. So, yeah, I wouldn't say you're entirely wrong there. I'd be tempted to, for example, as you say, sort of take this area out and this area and do the carbon substrate there. I like to have at least a metal skin. I think it's more just in my head than it is actually useful. So that would be like that. That would be like that. And I know it's a mishmash of textures, which is probably absolutely horrifying people. Yeah, that's kind of the way it's going to look for a little while. And that will go like that. And we'll grab this one. And again, then I'm thinking at least not for so long, but at least for now, you would consider putting maybe again a turret mounting point along here. Maybe. Of sorts. And then this one would be similar here, going that way round. So that coming into there. And that coming up to at least there. And that probably being full blocks. Like that. But I've got to be honest, my thoughts that's coming to me at the moment is I would love this cluster to be one wider. Yeah, I mean, cargo extensions are quite often what I go with for certain things, and depending on how that works, like cargo extensions are actually pretty good protection material because they're tougher than steel, but not as tough as hardened steel. Okay, I can't carry all of those. Fine, we will put them on the bar. Am I hearing another Ripper Dog? And my extension repository is damaged. The Ripper Dog was eating my ship. I feel like I can hear another one. I don't see one. Maybe I'm just cracking up. Okay, back to it. So yeah, this area, as you say, I'd probably just beef out with carbon. I mean, at the moment, that line will be steel, but that line can be carbon. And that one's going to be steel. That one's going to be steel. Because I love my warp drive. I don't like it when my warp drive gets damaged. Hi, Onzi. Oh yeah, that is the hand cannon. I quite like the hand cannon. It looks really nice. And it's surprisingly effective. Oh. It's surprisingly effective if you have rounds for it. I don't think I have rounds for it. I'm just carrying it because it makes me feel better. Yeah, I have no rounds for it. Yeah. They do look very Codsworth, or what was the other one? What was the Fallout 3.1 Wadsworth? Codsworth and Wadsworth-esque. Okay. So at the moment I will put carbon substrate not there. I'm going to run out of oxygen again in a minute. I'm going to go steel there. I'm going to put carbon substrate here. But here I'm going to leave this empty for the minute. Because I might come up with something to do with that space. And it's like here. One thing you're right about here with the carbon substrate is ultimately I would really only go like steel to this area. And then I can just carbon substrate this wall. Because let's be honest, if someone's shooting me inside my cargo hangar, I'm already in a lot of trouble. Why does the game so... That's a very good question. I think that is often true with a lot of things because a lot of the people they put their own spin on it and have their own sort of creative ideas for it. Let's to be fair to the creators of Empyrion, they obviously had to create the game in the first place. I mean, look at Space Engineers in the same sort of way. It's, it's very much that some of those, some of those things in like Space Engineers, some of the mods are amazing. But it would have been difficult for Keen to do that in the first place. I thought I might actually have a use for that block, but no. I have no idea what block's going to go there. There's never enough of the right block. There's never enough. I don't feel that's right either. I would like a block that slopes in multiple directions at one time. I'd like it to slope to there and then close off to nothing. I don't think that's going to happen though. You know which one? Tell me. There's that one. Go to the third menu. Third menu. And we're going to suggest this one. Second row, middle. Second row, middle. Or third row. Down, second row, middle. Yeah, that one. Possibly. We'll try it. I actually don't mind that block either at the moment. I know this gives it a weird thing here, but I kind of like that. That's okay. Let's have a look at this one as an option. Yeah, I think I like your block better. Agreed. I prefer your block. And this one, I'm gonna go all the way down, or am I gonna go not all the way down? I'm gonna go not all the way down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dying. Yeah. Apparently death adds character too. Okay. So, I mean, I would say, in all honesty, she's almost ready to fly. As crazy as this sounds. I know this sounds mad. But this ship is not going to be finished before takeoff. Not by a long stretch. You know, there's a lot of texturing going on here and messing around with these blocks. However, this roof is coming off and it's going up here. So at some point, this whole thing is going to change. And what I might end up doing is having this section here then go up a couple of blocks and have another section coming out of something similar. If you're with me. Will we get to see it fly in this stream? I tell you what. It depends how you all feel about me flying around for the next half an hour and trying to find a cockpit. That's the only thing stopping me flying it. Because at the moment, our big problem is I have no cockpit. So I can't actually fly it. I have no way to drive. And I have looked. There is no way in the actual menu system here for me to get a cockpit. Let's have a look here. You got like vehicle combat. You know, you think combat, armored cockpits. No. Toilet. Well, isn't that what your spacesuit's for? You know, you just slosh it all around, helps keep you warm. Engineering, CV cockpits. Don't have engineering. And here, we don't have CV cockpits or any way to fly. We have cold storage available to us, which is certainly something I'll be going for in the not too distant future. Yeah, exactly. It's like a wetsuit. So, yeah, I mean, I can fly around for the next hour. I mean, my plan, if I couldn't find anything, was next to try and go to the ISI up on... You know what? I can do it this way, can't I? Hang on. I can land on the ship. Can I dock? Oh, I docked. I docked. So now I should be able to exchange onto the CV. And I should be able to get rid of all the weight I've got in here, which is blocks mainly. Nope. I want that. I was going to see if the ISI... I was going to risk... I can't actually carry that again. I modified my container to get it here in the first place. I don't want to do it again because I was so over CPU. Would be to take like a bunch of these things, sell them and see if I can buy a cockpit. That's all I got. That I will sell. Small thrusters, I'm not sure they sell for anything. I'll see if they sell. I don't think there's a lot else here that sells massively. Yeah. Those sell. There's no way I'm selling that. I didn't put Wi-Fi on there. I didn't put a detector on there because I don't have it. I mean, it'd be nice if I could sell these alien rockets. They're probably worth a fortune. Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff to sell here. But, yeah, we can take off. I mean, there's only a few bits. Well, I say a few bits of the planet I haven't explored. There's a significant amount of the planet I haven't explored yet. Which could still yield stuff. But I mean, flying around aimlessly takes a bit of effort, you know. But my view was to go to the ISI outpost, see if I can pick something up. Before you buy things, you might want to check out those orange flying bugs, if they exist in your world. Which orange flying bugs do you mean? Orange flying bugs. That one's lost on me. So I want to go over to here, towards the moon. The drones, yes, the bug drones. Yeah, one did indeed exist. I shot it. And I'm going to say accidentally, but it wasn't accidentally. I did it in full knowledge of that I was doing it. I deconstructed the cockpit with salvage instead of salvage block. And this was because last time I had quite a glut of cockpits, so I didn't think I would be coming up short. But many people have since pointed out they've become quite valuable, and it appears, yeah, they're hard to come by. So I had one. I blew it up. I accidentally took its pentaxid tank. And, ooh, there's another ghost ship. Let's see, the ghost ship, on the other hand, that might be worth trying to intercept again. Maybe I can intercept the ghost ship. Because the other one has despawned. But maybe the ghost ship will have... Not so worried about thrusters, more worried about whether it has anything on there like a cockpit again. The last ghost ship had no cockpit. But you know, you never know your luck. Stop moving so fast. Try and head it off at the pass. There it is. They stop moving quite so fast when you get close enough for them to actually spawn in terms of view. The only problem is it might shoot at me. If it shoots at me, I'm in trouble. Okay. It did not shoot at me. In fact, it did not move at all. Which is interesting. And I'm going to crash into it. In style. Okay. Oh no. It is moving. It is moving. As soon as I turn that on, it's moving. So if I park myself in front of it, can I stop it? Can I get out? It's just pushing me along. But it has no thrusters, doesn't it? I don't see any thrusters on this one. Anybody see any thrusters here? There's one. I can see one thruster. I can take out the thruster. See if we can get rid of that thruster. Oh my god. Blow up already. Am I actually damaging that? Yes. Yes, I am. Okay. Now we're stopped. Okay. I still got my EVA boost on yet. Okay. So, now we're stopped. We're still a little buggy in these things. And I can't take that yet. I need to find the core. Core is normally in the back here on this one, I think. Lights. Ah, other faction. I can't heal myself. Sad times. Right. Let's see if I can find a fort. Oh, cats get reduced damage against. Cats do reduced damage against blocks. Yeah, must do. Because it seems to be doing nothing. Right. Where is the core? I mean, I thought the core used to be back here somewhere. Or down here, but I can't see it. Other faction. Okay, let's... You say that, but I seem to be damaging, but... It's got a cockpit! It's got a cockpit! Where's the bloody core? Got a cockpit! It's got a cockpit! Where's the core? Where's the core? Where's the core? Where's the core? Oh. Right. Where are you, my pretty? Ooh. Nice. Can I take that? Wow, that's heavy. Okay. Ah, aha, I see it. Right there. I can't faction it now. I need to destroy it. Don't run out of bullets. Don't run out of bullets. Yes. Right. Be quick. Be quick. Because these things do despawn. Let me in. Let me in. Right. My core. Let's make sure I'm on retrieve block. Let's not cock it up. Let's link to this. Okay, and go. Yes! Oh, yeah, screw it. And bonus sandwiches. Sweet. Right, let's see what else we've got. Oh, that was a stroke of luck. You know, anyone who didn't watch the live stream is going to be, what happened? How did he get that? Right, let's just go in here, see what other boxes we've got, see if there's anything worth taking. Yeah, flying door. And speaking of flying door, you do realize there's another door there I can take. So I can have flying double doors. Oh, that was disappointing. But the fuel is slime. I do like that the fuel is slime. That's very, very fun. If a little disturbing. Hopefully this slime is actually useful. I mean, I've got several of these. I mean, part of me is just like, do I just take them for parts? This I never take for parts. But... Right, gonna grab bits here, just while I can. Ooh. Alien loot container. Hello. I will take those for sure. Nice. Take parts. Parts. Anything else? Parts. Parts. 3 lights. Sure, I'll take the lights. Take some windows. I might want windows later. Lights. Normally, there's some grow plots here. There are some grow plots right there. Got any grow lights? Yes. I might want a grow light or two. Take the O2 station. I'm going to be running out of space extremely soon, and just like that, inventory is full. So that's it. That's all we can take. There is still good bits here, but you know, like the med bay. Medical components. What's that? Pick up computer. Computer. I've got so much steel plate back there, and I don't need a trash block. I'll have the computer. And can I have the stairs? Oh, whoops. Oh, I wanted the door, didn't I? Damn it! I wanted the door. Where am I going to put the door? Ammo repository. Can I squeeze a door in the ammo repository? No. Balls. Okay, no, let's bring everything across that way as much as possible. What else can I swap around? Let's look at the other fridge. Let's put those in the fridge, those in the fridge, those in the fridge. Sure, we'll put some ammo in the fridge, why not? And then we'll go back to that. In fact, I can even... How much of this can I actually carry? There you go. Hand carry a bunch of it. Link myself back up. And can I get the door? No. Bollocks. Check the P menu. Good, cool. Let's have a look. There is no pentaxid tank. So that's the one thing I'm lacking at the moment is pentaxid tank. So I can't jump yet because I don't have a pentaxid tank. I can't get my hangar door. Let's lose that. Anything else I can stack across into here? How much do I need to get the hangar door in there? Nope, it's not going to be enough, people. I will have to wish goodbye to the hangar door. I could get rid of windows and stuff like that. Hangar door is not so bad. I can make another one. That's fine. I'm calling that a win. That is a big win. I now realise I probably should have taken more in the way of windows, because I might want some. I think I will still head over to the ISI just here. Just quickly to see if we can lay our hands on a pentaxid tank. Because that is the one other thing we're missing. But once we have that, those two, we are in Warp Town. So that will be excellent news. So this one should be the ISI. Hopefully we won't get too jumped by drones. You can access the factory and you can put stuff in the factory, but I believe there's only certain areas in which you're allowed to spawn stuff. So that will be limiting to some extent. But to be honest, from my point of view, for my LPs, I'm basically avoiding using the factory altogether, because for me it's really one of those things of the factory is just it does make life very easy, and until you sort of like are playing the Star Salvage and realize just how easy it's making your life, and embrace doing everything with salvage, yeah, you're kind of like, wow, it really does make life very easy. Though I think I will, after this LP, be updating my sort of tutorial series for new players on just how to get started in the new game, because the game as it is now, if you know what you're doing, it's very easy to get started very quickly. I've got a few of those bits, haven't I, which I've tucked away. What can I chuck across here? That goes back. One, that one, that one, that one. Any others? Nope. We'll quickly get rid of these bits. Yes, we'll sell those too. You don't buy those swappy doos, change rotate tools? Nope. Okay. Do any of these guys buy the swappy doos? Nope. Right, you are all SV parts, aren't you? And you are CV parts. Would you happen to you sell pentaxid tanks? Holy crap. Are they expensive? Okay. I mean, I'm sure I can get together the stuff to buy one. They're pretty bloody pricey. But for example, if I'd taken those fuel tanks, I could have sold them to him. Wow, that's pricey. 37,000 for a pentaxid tank. Okay, we're not getting many of those. I can sell the T1 gen, can't I? Just for a bit of space. I'm not selling the cockpit. You can forget it. Let's turn the jetpack off a second. Right, buy my T1 gen. How much will you buy that for? Oh, sorry. Let's try that properly. Buy my T1 gen. Okay, sell. And we have to remember that on the moon, we have 20 T1 gens just waiting to be collected. So we simply have enough money to buy a pentaxid tank. Yeah, I did get accosted by drones again. I've been taking a bit of damage here and there. More than I would like. I'm beginning to look a little bit ropey. I need some repairs. That is one thing I have not seen at all so far in Star Salvage. I don't even know if it actually exists. Is there repair bays? Because I've not seen one yet. There's a really good state one of these down on the planet as well. I ran across during my travels. But so far I've not seen anything here that I think would have a pentaxid tank. There's nothing that looks like it would. But we're going to go back and we're going to install the cockpit, and Pick up some forward thrusters probably as well. Or sorry, some reverse thrust, just so we can actually slow down. And at least be able to poodle around in our brand new ship for the end of the stream. So yeah, so many markers, it becomes such spam, but we need to get round this way. But you'll see, well, this is why I end up cutting a lot of this out. You could fly your door to pick up the tanks, and then fly the door out there to sell and buy. Yes, but what I'll probably do is fly my door out to go and pick up all those T1 gens, because I think we had 2 lots of 10 T1 generators. I might have taken one of them. So there's like 19 T1 generators on the moon to go and take. So I will almost certainly go round and pick those up. And that will make me more than enough money to buy the pentaxid tank. On top of that, I might even be able to run the repair on my SV just to repair all the damaged blocks, which would be nice. I mean, KnowItALLDM was telling me in the comments that it would get cheaper if my rep was better with Polaris or ISI, which could give some value to doing. There are some quests here for like some of the factions, isn't there? Somewhere in the quest log, he says. Where is it? I thought there was some. Isn't there? Isn't there factions? Interspace Industries. Wait. Okay. Okay, that was it. That's all I have. Oh, I must have missed my turning. Brakes. I'm the graceful enter to atmosphere. But yeah, I think if you can level up with the factions, I'm not quite sure how you do that though. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of faction rep stuff here now. Wonder, adventure, blah blah. That's all the different things, but there doesn't seem to be many quests for it now. Story Leo, basic training, yes. I don't see the faction stuff. I wondered what the hell that was, and I was looking at it like, what is that thing? And I realized this is my CV. Okay, let's pick that up for a start. Let's connect back to this one, where we'll get some blocks. I'm just gonna turn your engines off here a second. Please do not. Right, there we go. What? Oh, did I disconnect myself? I did. So here you go. Cockpit's gonna go out there somewhere. So now we can connect that up to the... Let's just do it that way. I prefer that seat, to be honest. Let's have that one. Now, before I forget, we're gonna need some reverse thrust here. I don't have any more medium thrusters. I can pick up medium thrusters. At the moment, I don't have any more medium thrusters. Oh, why am I doing that with the drone? Hopefully I've done that right. Nope. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. That should be enough reverse thrust. I'm sure it'll be fine. Don't forget to park your SV on the ship, because the whole idea is that you're taking your SV with you. Oh, let's try that again. So, if you don't mind docking, please. Oh, it was docked. You can see it when that symbol come up. I just can't hear it. But I don't want to turn everything off, because at the moment it's basically my one working fridge. We'll take the heater generator. Fuel. Fuel. What have we got in the way of fuel? I know we've got some. What do we got in the way of fuel? Fuel. I felt sure we had more fuel somewhere. I thought we had loads. Am I cracking up? Ah, there we go. Let's have a bunch of that, and there you go. 12% fuel. Let's go back to the cargo box and put a bit more in there. See if we can whop a bit more in the tanks. Oh, doesn't take that type of fuel. Okay. And we're ready for the maiden voyage. Thrusters on. Power on. P menu off. Alt mode to witness the flying door. Vroom. She's pretty nippy at the moment, at least because it's a door. We have no detector. We can't detect crap. We have no guns. But there we go. We have flying door. And I should probably initiate it with a real core at some point. The other thing is I need to go over to a marker I've left there, which is my SV maybe, wherever that is, over here. So we're actually going to take our first voyage to space as well in the flying door. And we'll go over and jump over to where we had the HV. Oh, not quite sure why it made that noise. But to where SV maybe was over here. Because this, I think, is where my hover vessel is. So here we are. It's a door. It's actually, I suspect, because there's not much of it, it's probably got pretty good statistics, lift-wise and pitch and roll, and yeah, it's not bad. It's got pretty awesome statistics for that, considering it's a large door. Temporary name TARDIS. Okay. No. Dorothy or yes. The only other thing I was thinking of is, which similar, would be maybe the SDB Narnia, as in you just go into the wardrobe. But I can go for TARDIS. We may upgrade to the Narnia once it's later on. There we go. Alright, and come back in. Incoming door. Oh, it's dark already. And that's because time is stopped, isn't it? I'm currently entering into space salvage whatever territory. Right. There we go. Just temporarily, let's just turn the thrusters off again. Now, my other thought is I will likely let's for the benefit of everyone here, as I've stopped time already. Just bring daylight around. Tardia. Yeah, almost sounds like it should have re in front of it. I will extend this out briefly. Will be the plan. Let's get that one in, and that one, and so the idea will be extend this out. Now, I believe if you press, is it shift or control? There you go. You can do this as well, and then it leaves me in a little hole. So I did that. Like, you can drag by holding down the button, and then you can bring it out that way by pressing control as well. And it lets you place lots of blocks at once. So my thought is, at least here, I'm probably going to end up extending this further. So we'll go, yeah, I'm sure. We go, ooh. I should probably do something about that in a minute. Because that kind of glitch is things that can make things go seriously wrong. So let's just get up a second. Get up here. Yoink. Yoink. I'm just going to turn the thrusters back on. And there you go. Alright, that sorted it. That fixed it, I think. That's alright. Because sometimes if you save the game with this one phasing through the planet, when you reload, it will drop through the planet. And that's going to be painful. And we don't want to do that. So, yeah, what we'll do is we'll put, I don't know, a small edge here. It won't go all the way through, but we'll go a bit away along, far enough that I can make it work and hop up there. Again, I'll just get in and level that out a second to make sure that's not going to do anything weird. There you go. And turn the thrusters off. And then we should be able to turn this one back on. Turn thrusters on, of course. And we can load up. I might want to actually get a bit of hover height going on. And 3, 2, 1. I have some landing gear on this, right? I thought I had landing gear on the bottom of this, or did I take it off already? Oh, I must have taken it off. I know I got some landing gear from somewhere when I put the 2 on the back. It's alright, I'm pretty sure I've got some more kicking around here. Let's have a quick look. I'm pretty sure I have more. Landing gear, landing gear, landing gear. Landing gear. There you go. one of these will do. I'm thinking like that, or maybe like this, because I think they retract. He's retracting. I think those retract. Have a look at those a second. See if they've got any good versions. Let's put on there. I'm gonna totally overkill it now. On there, on there, and on there. Yeah, perfect. And we just need one more at some point. We can go down and we can land that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, O2 Hunger, thank you. I will eat the rocks. Yeah, hunger is probably going to be one of my more pressing concerns coming up. Yeah, gonna definitely need to start thinking about further food. I have some vegetables, I have things. This is one of the reasons I want to make this area bigger. I'm gonna need somewhere to put some grow plots and start thinking about making myself food. Because, as you can see, food is definitely an ongoing concern. But we also need to just empty out this container, which has lots of stuff in there. Oh, for a second I thought it was right, pentaxid tank. It's like, oh, I have a pentaxid tank. I do not. I have a lot of O2, mind. I have a lot of O2. Which I can actually put in this ship. I might need to make an O2 station, so I can top myself up easily. But, you know, I can fly through space just in the seat of my pants cockpit style. It'll be fine. And even jump like it. I'm sure direct exposure to warp fields is fine. So all of this needs to go in to the main system, which I'll do off camera, as I said. Other than that, I think that's going to be it for this stream. I know it's obviously not a completed CV. But I'll be honest, I don't think anyone probably came here expecting me to build an entire CV in sort of 2.5 hour stream. If you did, I'm sorry to disappoint. But yeah, this will be an ongoing concern. But I think in our next episode on Tuesday, which I haven't yet recorded, we'll be recording that tomorrow. I think I'll be warping this thing and soaking up the solar radiation and the warp radiation. I'm sure it will be fine. But as for where we're going to go, I don't yet know. But you know, it's a big galaxy. We'll jump to maybe, well, I was going to say maybe another F class, but it looks like there's pretty much only M or K classes around. And there's an F class over here. Maybe we can jump over to this F class system. See what it's like. Anyway, with that, I think I'm going to be saying thank you very much for joining me. Hope you all have a good rest of your weekend. And I'll see you all soon. Take care. Thanks a lot.